shit. Okay.
There's no way. 37,000.
I am now a certified Aston Martin specialist. I don't care what anybody says. Have you ever seen anybody that basically got an Aston Martin for free? That's what happened to us. I got this Aston Martin for close to nothing.
I bought this Aston Martin cheap from the auction. It was a non-runner with a huge leak.
This is not a water leak, this is rain.
I prepared for the worst.
An engine for this car can set you back 150,000, which is a lot of money.
But with the help of my workshop MacGyver, we managed to sort out the water leak and the car was running again. But there were a few more jobs left to do, and one of the biggest one was the roof. This would not be a perfect Aston Martin if the roof was not working.
As any mechanic would do, I've also been researching on why I think this roof is not opening.
On the last video, we tried everything to get the roof done, but with no luck.
I am defeated here.
A lot of you in the comments had your own suggestions and solutions to the roof problem. And today,
we will be attempting to repair this roof. Hopefully it doesn't break the bank balance. So right now, as it stands, we have spent close to nothing and we've got a running Aston Martin.
We're gonna try to fix this roof without spending a cent. Hopefully.
Before we start the repair video on the roof, there's something very interesting I found out about our cheap Aston Martin.
It is true when they say the next person always knows more than you. On my YouTube comments, I saw a lot of people pointing out that we have a very special edition Aston Martin. And to be precise, this was an Aston Martin Vantage N400, which was a special edition built to celebrate the brand's effort at the Nürburgring 24-hour race. One of the key advantages with the N400 was an increase of power by 20 bhp, which included new shocks, new springs, and lightweight alloy rims.
One of the first things that a lot of people noticed when we actually posted about our Aston Martin is this badge right here. So this badge actually sets this Aston Martin apart from most of the Aston Martins.
Further changes to the N400 were minor cosmetic tweaks, including clear rear light lenses, special alloy interior trims, and the iconic racetrack stitched to the center of the armrest. This N400 is number 121 out of the 240 that were manufactured. There were only a handful of these Aston Martins that made it to the South African market. We are truly lucky to be in the presence of this legendary V8 monstrosity.
The first main cause of failure on these Aston Martins is this right here. And I actually saw this on YouTube. So the seal on this will actually go bad, and the seal going bad means that when it is raining, water will go inside the convertible roof and damage the motor. It damages the motor of the convertible roof and also damages the hydraulic shocks inside, because it actually has hydraulic shocks. So water will actually, when it's raining, if it's been parked outside, will go inside here, as we also have a hole there. It'll go inside there. Once it goes inside there, it seizes up the motor to open the roof. So that's exactly what we're going to be checking out, if the motor is seized and if it needs to be repaired. Before we even look at the owner's manual on how to open this manually, I've checked all of the fuses. I've done everything. The button works 100% fine. That's why when we try and open it, it says roof movement paused, which means that the button is sending signals that you should be opening, brother, but it's not opening. So let's try and see if we can find anything on the owner's manual. I was actually lucky and fortunate enough that the car did come with the owner's manual, because I checked online rigorously and I spent a lot of hours checking online how to open this roof manually, and I couldn't find anything. No YouTube videos up, so I think I'll just also post a portion of how to open the roof manually, because I think that can help a lot of people. So this is the owner's manual, and this thing is thick. They actually say that you have to remove the vehicle battery cover, which is behind the driver's seat, and locate 2 Tony led manual release cables. So there's actually, I think, 2 Tony cover. This will be our Tony cover, which is the roof. Tony cover release cables. So those will be your emergency release cables if you've got a faulty roof, just like me. So that's the first thing. And then I actually saw over here where it says continue to turn Allen key until no more movement is possible. So I think we also have to do that as well to unlock the roof latches, because it normally will have roof latches over here in the front where it will lock into position. So you can either lock it manually or also unlock it manually as well with the Allen key, as I can see over here on the owner's manual. So what we're going to do, it also says that you need 2 people. So I'm going to ask my MacGyver of the workshop to help me try and remove this. So I think what we have to do is we have to unlock first with the Allen key. Once we've unlocked with the Allen key, we have to then release the cables, which is behind the seat. That's if we can find them. Once we've released the cables, we will have to also push this up.
We got to work and I started by moving the seat forward so we could get access to the release cables behind the seat.
First and foremost, we need to remove this grommet over here. I don't know how clear it is. We need to remove this because according to the owner's manual, there's an Allen key deep inside there that we need to turn. As soon as we turn this, the hooks over here will unhook. As soon as they unhook, the roof will pop back, hopefully, and then we'll have to push it up with the second person that's helping me, and then unloosen the cables in the back. Once we do that, the boot should open, and if it opens, we should be able to fold this back and then check on the mechanisms as well as the motor.
Unscrewing the roof with the Allen key was fairly simple, and if you own a convertible car yourself, make sure you follow along because this can be very helpful to you.
Apparently when it's loose like this now, you can pick it up. Let's try. Okay, so it's still tight. Try. It's tight. I think maybe we still need to screw it out some more so that this motor that's here can be loose, and then we can, I don't know, make a plan. Let's try unscrew some more.
My foreman and I have to be cautious when we are manually opening this soft top, because one slip up and it could cost us at least 4,600 euro for a new one. I don't even want to know how much that is in rands. I really hope we get lucky this time like we did with the radiator.
Now that we got the roof up, I think now it's the time that we need to attempt to pull those cables that are behind the seat, and then pulling those cables is actually going to release this boot and then open that one like that, and then I think we can fold this inside of here. So let's see if that comes right. Right, so we have actually managed to open the roof and also open the back side. So now the only issue that we have is that that side is stuck open there now. It can't close. But I read somewhere that you actually have to switch off the ignition, because we currently have our ignition on. You have to switch off the ignition. Once you switch off the ignition, basically the hydraulic oil will drop and then it'll drop by itself. So let's try that out. So ignition is on. Let's switch it off. Oh, look at that. As soon as I switched it off, it closed. So that was pretty cool. Aston Martin is all opened up now, but the only issue that we have is that it is not clicking and locking on. So you can open it manually, and as soon as we've opened it manually, I think it's not supposed to have such a big gap over there. It should just lock. I think maybe it locks with an electrical mechanism, but we have got this thing opened and it actually looks sick. As you can see, it looks very, very sick. Look at that. One thing worth noting is that I think since the boot lid stayed up, that means that the hydraulic lines are not compromised. Everything is 100% with the hydraulic lines. If that is the case, I think that if I start this car and I do attempt to close it with the button, it should work because the hydraulics is working fine. I think maybe the issue is just the motor that operates the soft top roof. So let's try and start it up and see if this opens by itself, and maybe this lifts up. So let's try that out. If this works, that means that our hydraulic pump and everything is good. So let's start it up. I'll never get used to that sound. Alright, so this is the button. I think you lift it up if you're gonna close it. So let's try and lift it up. So the hydraulics are working 100% fine. I think the issue that we have is only the roof not closing by itself. So the motor winding is the issue on this car. So that's the only thing I presume we have to fix, because the hydraulics are working fine. I heard the motor buzzing. So we just need to try and see if we can fix this roof to be able to fold and lock by itself.
One thing we kept noticing on this Aston Martin when we tried to close, back boot would not close completely. It was almost like a bonnet if the adjusters aren't adjusted well. So me and my MacGyver tried to locate all of the boot adjusters for this Aston Martin. Finding them was not that easy. It had close to 6 in total. But once we found all of the boot adjusters, we thought, okay, let's try screw them a little bit more down, because we checked the boot locks and they were working 100% fine. So we presumed that the only thing that can cause it not to close is definitely the boot stoppers. So we tried to use our fingers to try and measure how much clearance we have and adjust them more down so that hopefully the boot can close.
All of the grommets, dowels, whatever you call it, have been adjusted. So let's try and attempt to close it now and see if it locks. There it is. Okay, it looks like we have to hold it in place before it locks. Hooray! So the roof is all locked up. As you can see, the lines are symmetrical. Success! So this is 100% now. So now I think what we have to try and repair is the soft top to be able to open fully and close fully. Now that we've got the boot to lock into position, now that the locks are working as they should be working, I think the only thing that's left is for the soft top to fully close. So what I'm actually going to do right now is to just open the boot again. Since the hydraulics, everything is working nicely, we're going to open it, then drive it to the ramp, and then try and blow it so that we just remove all of the dust, because I did notice when we had it open there was a lot of dust in there. So we're going to try and clean it. Maybe the cleaning and opening it and closing it might help in the soft top working. So let's try that out. Normally jams at this angle and then it doesn't want to close. So I don't know, let's give it a try.
We just cleaned the soft top with the air pressure hose. I can't wait to take this car for a car wash and a detail. Comment down below if you know anyone that could give this Aston Martin the beauty treatment it deserves.
We actually had a lot of debris in here. We had a lot of debris and a lot of dust. I think that's all coming from our window that is just basically open over there because there's no sealant now. So it's been all nice and cleaned here. So what we're gonna try to do on this car is to close this thing up, open it, close it, open it, close it as much as possible to see if roof ends up folding as well, because that's the only issue that we have. The issue we have is that we have to open it manually with our hands with two guys. It's not closing by itself. Right now we've made progress and the car is opening and locking and then being left as a convertible. So now what we want to do is to try and get the roof to close by itself. Alright, so what's happening is that this thing it's jamming at the top. It's jamming at 12 o'clock. So what I want to try and do is to just open and close it as many times as possible so that maybe at least the hydraulics can bleed eventually and we can get this damn thing to close, because that's the only thing that I'm suffering with. It's just jamming at 12 o'clock and then I have to reopen it back again. So I don't know, did see somewhere that you need to reset windows on this car by holding the window switch down. So it said that you can reset I think the roof and the windows by holding them down. I think we're gonna try and do that. I saw that somewhere on the manual and on YouTube as well. So we're just gonna try and reset the system and just hold these down for 10 seconds and then try and close this roof again and see if we come right. So we're gonna first pick up the windows. It's all up. Can you see it, cameraman?
Yep.
Caramel man or cameraman. That's true, you're colored, so caramel works. All right, so I got the windows up. We need to drop both of the windows. All right, so I'm dropping both of them down. Both of the windows are down. I'm at 15 seconds. All right, let's just hold for longer. All right, and then they said you have to pick it up again. Let's pick it up. All right, the windows are up. I'm gonna hold for another 15 seconds. I think we're on 5 seconds right now, so 5. All right, let's hold. Another 15 seconds down the drain. So let's try and attempt to see if this thing closes. V8 monstrosity. All right, let's give it a try. Let's give it a whirl. Close the windows. Window is all closed. Let's give it another try. So this is our button actually to open and close the sunroof, that one right there. So let's give it a try. Right, so it's lifting. Problem is that it stops at 12 o'clock. So oh shit. Okay. Got it! I'm in the dark. That means it is closed, boy. Look at this. It's fully closed. It's fully closed. Look at that. I think we just needed to reset. Okay, sorry, we're in the dark. Sorry. Okay, okay, we got the roof to work and close. Let me check it from the outside. It looks like it is fully closed from the outside with the button. As you can see, it looks like it's sealed fully over here. So it actually seems like all we had to do now was to reset the window mechanisms, because it resets the roof and it resets the window mechanism when you hold down the window switches. It is done. Let's try and close it and open it maybe 2 times before we say that we have fixed this thing. All right, so this is going to be our attempt number 1 to see if it opens by itself fully. because initially we had to wind the Allen key. After winding the Allen key, then push it back. So we're going to try and see now if we can try to get it to open and lock all the way by itself. So let's give that a whirl. So it opens now and it's locked to the T. Let's try and close it again. Maybe it's luck. Let's try and close it again and see if it closes again. Then we'll do it again. If it works 2 times, then this thing is fixed at 0 rands. Let's go. I am 100% satisfied. I don't want to end up breaking it. I don't know what broke it the first time, but I don't want to end up breaking it. I am happy with the opening and closing. I think I'm just going to open it one last time, just for Pete's sake. I'm going to try and open it for one last time. If it opens again, then this thing is fixed. I don't care what you say. It's fixed according to my books. If it opens again, and then I'm only going to close it once I get home, because I want to drive with this thing with the top down. So if it opens fully again and then it locks, boss, this thing is fixed. Mambo is did it. You're not going to see it again. Oh wait.
There's no way.
I am now a certified Aston Martin specialist. I don't care what anybody says. Who do you know has fixed an Aston Martin for 0 rands? Who do you know? Let me know down in the comments. Nobody. Only Mumbo Repairs and MacGyver. Only us. From the radiator to the roof to, well, I know the brakes. We can't fix that for free. But I don't know, maybe I can pull a bunny out of the hat and just pull another MacGyver over there. But the roof is now working 100%. It has been repaired. I think all it needed to be done to it is to basically get the system bled out, because it is a hydraulic system, and maybe all of the dust as well caused all of the issues. But the certified Aston Martin specialist approves of this repair, and it is done. It is done.
Fixed an Aston Martin with a hammer and an Allen key.
Exactly, a hammer and an Allen key. The first mechanic in the whole world, mama.
So far, so good. If you made it this far in the video, please make sure you subscribe as well as to leave a comment down below. The fact that we could get this roof fixed without spending money is astounding, considering there's Aston Martin owners paying over $15,000 to get this fixed.
With that being said, that is the end of the video. So on the next video, guys, make sure you watch, because we're going to be repairing the back window that's got a big hole on it, which is putting dust and putting water into the car. And we'll also maybe be changing the windscreen of the car. So if you know anybody that's got a windscreen for an Aston Martin Vantage, please comment down below and let me know. If you know anybody that can seal our back windscreen window, let me know. Comment down below. We'll also be changing our brakes, and you won't believe how much we got a quotation for. I think about 37,000 just to change the rear pads, the spares alone. So make sure you watch the next video. You'll see if we can try and save as much money on the next video as possible. At this rate, I want to try and fix this car at close to nothing. Let's go.